going to perform our spine twist. So shoulder bridge, we've been here, we do the 3 reps each side, we come down, and then you sit up, sacrum to sits bone. Typically in spine twist, we were taught, that we ground through the sits bones, we stay on center, and we would twist and elongate, working maximal opposition through the arms. The problem with this, when you work in sort of a spiral-based theory, reciprocal weight shifting in the sits bones to create locomotion, ultimately how we walk, is that in order to do that, we want to make sure that we're actually, instead of evenly weighting the pelvis, even weight in both sits bones, we're shifting to each sits bone while we spiral through sacrum and sternum. And this is important because humans were never built for flat surfaces. That's totally artificial. Our SI joints, where our sacrum meets our 2 hip bones, our ilium singular, our 2 SI joints are topographically unique. They're like 2 separate mountain ranges. So you really want to make sure that you load one side, then the other, reciprocally back and forth, alternating. So with this, what will happen, instead of just staying on center and when you twist and twist, when you actually spiral the sacrum sternum, you will, just because one half of the pelvis is rolling back, one half of the pelvis is rolling forward, you will get a slight sliding in the heels, where classically we were taught to keep them stationary and just lengthen and keep twisting. This ultimately allows you to mimic locomotion when you shift your weight, which minimizes shearing force of remaining on center. And for anyone who's hypermobile especially, you really want to get in a habit of understanding how to minimize shearing force in every possible exercise that you execute in life. So when we come up to seated here, we're going to be tall through the sits bone, soft chin, long in the back of the neck. Notice I like to flare in my ribs, so soften my sternum in to come up long, arms long. You want to reach through the head of your 4th finger, that base joint knuckle of the 4th finger, that 4th metacarpal line. You can shift. If I go to the right, I would shift onto the right sits bone, turn my heart. That right side of my pelvis will start to roll back as the left side rolls forward. You'll see how my heels scissor, and I get longer. 2 and 3, inhaling. And exhaling as we shift to the other sits bone, we get longer. 2 and 3, inhaling. And exhaling. 2, 3, inhaling. And exhaling. 2 and 3. We just want to make sure that we're locomoting. I'm going right sits bone, getting taller up the spiral staircase. And left sits bone, getting taller up the spiral staircase. If you want to check in with the 3 keystones in this, you can feel, as you shift over to sits bone and you spiral, you can feel a little spiral at pubic bone, or you can have a back of hand to sacrum to feel that turn of the pelvis, of that keystone, primary keystone of the pelvis. You can do the same thing when you come to a side. You can track with a turn, feeling that, palpating the sternum itself. And for that tertiary keystone, you can take occiput, soft chin. You can actually play with both of these, and as you go to a side, you can shift onto the sits bone. You can turn the heart, soft chin, lengthen back into the occiput, up the spiral staircase to help you get an even deeper rotation, an even deeper spiral. So this is a seemingly very simple movement, but when we use it as a mechanism of proofing, a means of proofing locomotion, I find that there's sort of an added layer of depth. And from there, we end up preparing for what will be our jackknife.